Hello everyone, and welcome to today's practice. Today we are going to be doing a yoga embodiment practice that will support us in these menopausal midlife years with cultivating more focus and discipline, because as many of you know already, this is a time of life where we tend to get more brain fog and we lose motivation because our hormones are shifting. We have so much going on. We tend to get a little less focused in our brains. And so these practices, these movement practices, can really help get the energy flowing, the movement happening into the brain, and help us be a little bit more disciplined and committed to feeling more focused, getting things done, and feeling like we are being a little more productive. Okay, so make sure you have any props that you need. We're going to be focusing on today doing some balancing postures. We're going to do some warrior postures. We're also going to do a little bit of core work today, maybe even some twists. We'll see how it goes in the next 20 minutes or so. So please have any props. I've got a couple of blocks. I'm not sure I'm going to use them both. I'm sitting on a blanket and I've got a strap just in case. So let's go ahead and close our eyes. We'll come to a comfortable seat. We'll just take a moment to ground and center. So if you need to pull the flesh back from your sitting bones, allow your foundation to settle into the floor, and simultaneously feel this natural lift coming up through your spine, as if somebody's pulling a little string up from the top of your head. And then I want to invite you to find some relaxation in the posture, the upright posture. We'll find a few deeper breaths, noticing where your mind is at right now. Notice if you feel scattered or difficulty in holding your attention, and then just simply come back to your breath. We'll cultivate the Ujjayi breath, which is the victorious uprising breath, breathing with sound. Taking a nice big inhalation, breathe into the belly, the side ribs, the front and the back, pausing just for a moment. Lift up on your pelvic floor muscles. And exhale all the way out. Good. One more breath here, inhaling. Roll the shoulders back. Breathe into the belly, the side ribs, front and back. Pause. Relax into the pause. Exhale all the way out. Great. And then let's let the eyes open. We're going to shift off of the blanket, come onto all fours. Bring the hands directly underneath your shoulders. Great. And we're going to stretch the right leg back. And then on the exhale, pull and hug the knee into the chest. Forehead to knee. Inhale, stretch the leg out. We're just going to come right into some movement. Squeeze and pull in. Inhale, reaching out from your center. And exhale, squeeze in. Good. And then release the right knee, extend the left leg. Pause here for a moment. Find your center, hugging the midline. Hug that leg in towards your center. Inhale here, and then exhale, squeezing the knee to the chest. Forehead in. Inhale, reaching back out again, looking up, and exhale, pull in. Hug your core. Good. Activate that solar plexus. Inhale, reaching out. Exhale, hugging in. Feel your center, your focal point in your belly. Inhale. And last one, squeezing into that focal point of the belly. Come back onto all fours. Let's just do a couple of cat-cows. Arch the back, round the back, pull into the navel center, press into the arms. Inhale, arching, looking up, Open the chest. Exhale, we'll pull into that navel center. Make that your focus. And then inhale, last one. Exhale, we pull in. Great, come back to center and we'll take a big step forward with the hands. Tuck your toes under and slide your hips back. Good, you can keep the knees a little bent just to warm up. And press firmly into the base of the thumb and index finger and strengthen your arms so your shoulder blades hug onto your back. Since we're working focus, we're going to work more energy moving from periphery of the body to the core. So here we're working from the hands all the way up to the back of the chest, back of the heart, shoulder blades on the back. And then sliding your hips back, go ahead and walk your dog out, bending your right knee, straighten your left leg. And switch. And you'll just walk side to side. Great. And then walk your feet together, big toes touching, and feel the inner line of your legs. This should feel clear and focused, right? And then go ahead and lift your right leg up to the sky. If this is too much, you can always be on your knee. Okay, listen to your body. But you also want to push yourself a little bit beyond your comfort zone when we're working on discipline and focus. Good. And from here, we're going to exhale, look between the hands, slide your chest forward and hug your knee in. Good. Inhale, reach your leg back up to the sky. Exhale, the knee's going to hug towards the outer arm this time. And then reaching up. And exhale, we're going to cross over to the left outer arm and reach back up. Good. And then switch sides again. Take a rest if needed. Left leg to the sky, look between your hands, inhale. Feel the clear line on the inner line of your leg. Exhale, hug your knee in, chest forward. Inhale, this is a little bit of abdominal work. Exhale to the outside of your arm. Inhale, reaching back up. Exhale, cross it over to the right, outside of the right arm, and then reach back up again. And exhale here. Back to downward facing dog. Take a breath. And then we'll walk up nice and slow through the feet to the top of our mats. Let's take a forward fold here, inhaling the hands on the shins, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Warm up those hamstrings for just a moment. Good. And then hands to your hips. Inhale, come on up. And exhale, we'll walk the feet together. I'm just going to face you here. And we're going to come right into a couple of standing poses that will help us with focus. So we'll separate our feet about one leg length apart, turning your left foot out. Keep your back foot parallel to the back of the mat and line up your heels here. Good. So we'll inhale the arms, stretch out wide, and exhale, bend the front knee right over the ankle. But keep your spine vertical. This is the Warrior Two pose, Virabhadrasana 2. And this is a wonderful pose for focus. If you have something you're trying to break through in yourself, this is a great pose to bring it all in, bring it into the center of your heart. What's valuable to you? What has meaning? Hold it there, focus. And then we're going to take the right hand to meet the left. Oops, microphone here fell down. Hold on. Okay, and then we're going to pull like a bow and arrow. We're going to pull back. This is the archer's pose. And you can bring the left fingers in, but keep your thumb up. And then just focus your attention on that thumb and breathe. So you're aiming for what you want. Maybe it's just liberation, freedom from some pattern, right? Maybe it's something physical. Maybe it's something in your work or your marriage, whatever it is. Focus, relax into it, breathe. Find a soft smile on your face. This is great. Stay with it. You're going to reach a point where you're going to want to come out. This is the place to go a little deeper. Drop in. Stay through the uncomfortableness. Smile. Beautiful. And then inhale, release it all. Just go ahead and shake it out. And then we're going to go to the other side, turning the right foot out. The back foot stays parallel. We'll bend the front knee, reach the arms wide. And then take just a few moments here. Stabilize. It's a little harder side for me because I've got some hip stuff going on. So I have to modify a little bit with my back knee bent. You do what you need to do. Come to a strength in your resolve here. What's your commitment? Take your left hand to meet your right, pull back into the archer's pose. Thumbs point up towards the ceiling. You're pulled in, you're focused, you're aiming with your bow and arrow towards what you want. But it's not the outer, it's the inner feeling that you're cultivating, you're working on. Breathe. Relax. Smile, guys. Yes. Gals, I should say. Women. Empowered women. Stand your ground. Don't lose yourself. Who are you as a sovereign woman? Stand in that. Last breath or two. Stay. That's it. Inhale. Come on up. Beautiful. We're going to toe heel it in. Shake out the arms. Find your breath. When we're holding these poses for focus, we want to just take moments of pause in between, let the body integrate. Good. And then let's come into a standing pose. So a balancing pose. We'll kind of go back and forth. We'll stand on the right leg and lift the left foot as high as you can, which for some of you might be here on your inner shin, which is absolutely fine. You can also use the wall for a little help and support. But the key is to challenge yourself. Okay? This is not where we want to stay safe and secure. We want to challenge ourselves a little bit. So find that place, that edge. Hands come here to the heart. Yeah. And this is a similar thing. There's a great story in Hindu mythology of a Hindu goddess. Her name was Parvati. And she is deeply committed to her marriage as well as her sovereignty. So she's committed to both. But she goes into the river and she takes tree pose. And she holds tree pose for thousands of years in her commitment to her marriage and to her beloved, which is ultimately the divine, right? And so you can hold this pose thinking about what is it that you're committed to. Again, it can be the simplest thing. Maybe it is your marriage. Maybe it's this vision you have for yourself in the second half of your life to be more creative, to be more sovereign. Maybe it's to be in a relationship for the first time. What is it for you? And then if it feels doable, arms can reach up into full Vrikshasana, tree pose. Hold your focus. The focal point here is my foot keeps sliding, which will happen. Focal point is in the navel. So if you keep sliding, it's okay. Just come down with your foot a little lower, like I did. Last breath or two. Reach in both directions. Yes, reach. Good. Exhale, release. Shake it out. Get ready for the other side. Standing on your left leg. We'll come and lift the right foot onto the inner shin, or if you can, the inner left thigh. And find your tree. Imagine that you're going to stand like Parvati for a long time here. So you're relaxing into the stance. You're holding your resolve. You're deeply committed to your path, your service. your connection to something greater perhaps. And then if it feels okay to you, arms reach up overhead. Keep your focal point in your navel, gaze is soft. You have to focus on a singular point to keep the balance. Good. Last few breaths here. Stay with it. Where do you give up too easily? Don't let yourself go there. Stay. You can do this. The breakthrough moment. Inhale, reach, reach, reach. Good. Exhale, release. Again, just shake it out. If you need to shake your hips out a little, your shoulders. Find a moment of rest. Great. Good, good, good. All right, so let's take the feet apart again. We're going to turn the left foot out this time. Back foot turns in 45 degrees. Hips are going to square to the front. We're going to inhale here, stretch the arms up, and just hold this posture for a good 5 breaths. And so we're grounding through the outer edge of the back foot, stabilizing the front, squaring off the hips, and draw the navel in and up. Look up softly. Imagine you're reaching for the stars. And then exhale, we'll come forward. This might be where you need a block. So you grab your block if you need it and place it out in front of your foot. And then you reach forward and place the hands on the block. Yeah, and square off the hips. Inhaling, look up, and from your belly, lift up off the top of your thigh. And then exhale, fold, bow, plug in. Now, from here, we're going to come up onto this left leg and stretch the right leg back for called Dikasana, the airplane pose. Okay, and same thing, you want to be really grounded in your standing leg, just like you were in the tree pose. So deep commitment to your ground, standing your ground. Right now, if you feel like you have the balance, you can play with taking one arm out, maybe the other arm, Dikasana airplane, and you'll probably start flying a little bit through the air. Yep. You can always stay here, remember, take another breath wherever you are, and then exhale, we'll release, and we're going to bend the knee and step back to Parsvottanasana. Hands in front of the foot, and then inhale, come on up. That's great, and we're going to pivot to the other side. Yep, so take your stance here. Inhale, both arms up. And take just a couple of breaths here. So you're focused on lifting the rib cage up off the top of the thigh. And then exhale, reach forward and place your hands on the block. And inhale again. And exhale, fold. Yeah. This pose feels pretty good on the back of the hamstring. Nice stretch on the back of the hamstring. Keep the inner foot grounded, outer back foot grounded. Keep that belly lifting off the top of the thigh as you fold. Beautiful. And then inhale from here, look up. We're going to bend the front knee and hop up onto the right leg, extending your left leg back. So you want to be strong in both legs, really. Hug the inner thighs. I'm going to have to shift a little bit for Dikasana. So you can either stay here and just work the strength of the legs. Otherwise, Dikasana, arms reach out. This side's way easier for me. I don't know about you guys. and then fly. Yeah. So feel the stability beneath you, the commitment, the discipline to stay strong so that you can reach and expand. Good, and then exhale, release it. Stretch back. We're simply gonna roll or pivot over to the feet parallel here. Fold forward for a couple of breaths. Beautiful. And then we're gonna toe heel the feet in and come down into a squat. And then we are going to come down onto our seats into what's called the boat pose, Navasana. So we're going to do a little more abdominal work now, and we'll come up onto our seat. Yep. And you just pause here. So this might be your pose today. That's fine. The focus again is here in the abdomen. We're drawing the navel in and up. Chest is lifted. Shoulders are back. And then if you can reach the arms out and lift your toes, great. This is variation 2, quite a bit more challenging. Variation 3 is to straighten the legs and keep the chest lifted, but navel pulling in, smile, come into your boat. Great, and then we're gonna cross the legs, plant the hands to your sides, and you can keep your feet down for this one. Just lift your seat, and then we'll sit back down again. Okay, let's do that maybe 2 more times. Come back into your seat. So you can hold the back of the legs for variation 1, stretch the arms out, variation 2, or legs straight, variation 3. Breathe. Stay with it. Open the toes, the hands, the heart. You've got this. Yes, you're focused. You're building focus. Bend the knees, cross the legs. Pick up your seat, lower back down. Last one, we're gonna crawl into our boat. Just spent lots of time in a canoe in the Adirondacks. I'm just gonna imagine I'm paddling in my canoe, breathing, focusing. Stretch the toes, open the heart, and then bend the knees. Lift yourself up, beautiful, everyone. That's going to be it for our abdominal work, and we're going to come down onto our bellies. Please have your block handy here, and then actually bring your block between your thighs. I have mine the narrow way, and you're going to bring it up higher so that you can really activate those adductor muscles, the inner thigh muscles, and this is going to help you stabilize, focus. Follow your next exhale all the way to the bottom and begin to curl your tailbone towards the back of the knees. Slide the femur bones away from your chest as you lift. Great. Once you're here, interlace your hands, walk the shoulders straight in. Press the inner heels down and lift up a little higher. Breathe. Let your chin stay neutral. Slow your breath down. We're going to take 2 more breaths. Root down through the big toe mounds. Inner heels, lift the sacrum a little bit higher. And then on the exhale, release your hands, release your block to the side. Rest your hands on your belly and just breathe. Great, so we're going to move right into what's called the fish pose. You'll just have to see if this pose works for you or not. So we stretch the legs out straight and we tuck the hands under the outer edges of the buttocks, okay? And then from here, you'll come up onto your elbows. Now, most of you can do this pose in itself. The tricky part is when you go back. So just see where you are. If you have any neck issues, you can just come here and work on puffing up the chest. If your neck is okay, you can bring your head back. This is variation 2. And then 3 is to come all the way down onto the top of your head and walk your elbows in, your hands out. Breathe. Last breath. And then to come out, we're going to look all the way back up to the toes and lie back and integrate. And I find that that pose brings a lot of energy and blood flow. You can actually hear it in my chest. We're bringing a lot of movement into the chest, the ribs, the lungs, the heart. Deeply heart opening as well. Great. All right, and our very last pose we're going to do is supported bridge pose. You decide how high you want to have your block. I'm going to go the highest right now, but you can go medium, and we'll do supported bridge. And from here, if you want to take it a little bit deeper, you can take the legs up for what's called Viparita Karani. And this is wonderfully restorative, brings the blood flow back down into the pelvis and into the heart. And breathe. And we're slowing everything down. Slow the breath. And to come out, we'll just bend the knees, bring the feet back to the floor. Maybe take a breath or two in supported bridge. And then we'll lift the hips. Gently lower the hips down to the floor. Draw the knees into the chest. Give yourself a little squeeze as a counter pose. Hugging all the way into your center. And then we'll release the legs out for the final corpse pose, resting pose. If you need any support in the final pose, just go ahead and place that under you. Let go of any residual tension here in your body. Let it rest. Let your bones rest in the tissues. Allow your mind and your thoughts to rest. You can just simply observe. Let's come out by taking a few deeper breaths and just beginning to wiggle the fingers and the toes and stretching the ankles and the wrists. And then letting the arms reach over the head. And bending the knees. Let's just roll over to one side. And then we'll make our way up to sitting. Bring the hands together at your heart and lift your thumbs here to your third eye for a moment. So a gentle reminder that we can bring throughout the day to help us focus, stay committed and disciplined to our path. Taking a deep bow, namaste. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next